Breast cancer is one of the leading cause of cancer in India with very high mortality rate. And most of the tests and interventions are focused on identifying genomic defects which are downstream epiphenomenon of something very fundamental, which is mitochondrial dysfunction. So chronic inflammation, systemic inflammation or environmental factors could corrupt your mitochondria, and your mitochondria then is not efficient enough to use oxygen to produce ATP. Rather, it falls back on ancient fermentation pathways, fermenting glucose and glutamine, even in the presence of oxygen, right? And it in fact uses oxygen to produce free radicals that damage your DNA, RNA, and protein, right? So there are a number of factors that could lead to dysfunction of mitochondria in case of breast cancer, and one of the key factor is high estrogen levels. So we all know that our gut microbiome, actually a certain group of gut bacteria called estrobolome that produces specific enzyme that regulates estrogen levels. When your gut microbiome is imbalanced, it could lead to high estrogen levels, and when you have high estrogen levels, it overactivates mast cells that further activates pro-inflammatory pathways and could lead to mitochondrial dysfunction, right? Second reason is this: the estrogen could actually, high estrogen levels could bind to the estrogen receptors on the mitochondria and upregulate certain pro-inflammatory pathways and lead to oxidative stress that damages your mitochondria, right? And then the mitochondria produces ROS, which further damages your DNA, RNA, and protein, right? So ideally, you have to understand these factors, these interactions between these external factors and your microbiome, which could lead to upregulation of pro-inflammatory pathways. So estrogen is one of those factors, right? Since October is the breast cancer awareness month, we are doing a webinar on breast cancer, uncovering the underlying factors that could lead to onset of breast cancer, right? So I'm sharing the link for the registration for webinar in the description box, right? And please do register, because it will really help you overcome a lot of insights, understand a lot of insights related to the biology of the disease and what are the factors that could lead to onset of breast cancer, and the role of gut and oral microbiome and mitochondrial dysfunction in the onset of breast cancer.